Hi friends, I'm Walker and welcome back to Olive Ave Nails, where we talk about vegan and cruelty-free nail polish. And if this is not the most perfect set of colors to be on Olive Ave Nails, I don't know what else is. Today I am doing another installment of my greens comparison series. These are our olivey, khaki, brown greens, and I just love these four colors. Holy moly, I love these colors. I would wear them every day of the year if I could. I would wear them every day of the year. If I had to sell the rest of my collection and just keep colors in one family, this is the family I would keep. I love them. If you haven't seen one of my comparison videos before, I will link the rest of the green playlist up above and down below in the description box. But just so you know, we're going to talk about all four of these polishes individually, and then we'll do some comparisons of them on swatch sticks and bring in some other polishes from Zoya's collection to give you a little bit more of a sense of how they fit into the collection as a whole. So let's dive in and start talking about them. Alright, so first up is the most recent addition to Zoya's collection of the ones that we're talking about today. This is Arbor, and Arbor was a summer release, and it is from the 2017 Wanderlust collection, so that was the summer 2017 collection. And Zoya describes Arbor as a rich olive green cream, which feels pretty accurate to me. I dig that description. Alright, and then next up is a polish that no matter how hard I shake it, I cannot get rid of that ugly bottle syndrome, but it doesn't affect how it applies at all. This is a dream to apply. I love this. This is Zoya's Dree, and Dree was a fall release, so a little bit different from the one we just looked at. This is described as a light, dusty drab olive green with yellow tones and a touch of gray, which feels like a super accurate description. I see yellow in here, I see gray. I mean, we literally see the gray in here, but I think this one is a really interesting and unique olive. It has a little bit of yellow and a little bit of gray, whereas usually I feel like an olive pulls one way or the other, either green or gray. And so Dree was actually released in the 2011 fall collection, which was the Smoke and Mirrors collection. Alright, and then getting a little bit closer to that gray undertone, this is Charli, and Charli is described as a dusty taupe cream that has a hint of green. And I would disagree a little bit. I would say that this one has more than a hint of green. I see a lot of green in here. When I've worn Charli, it definitely looks neutral on the nail, which is really nice, but I do see a lot of green undertone in here compared to a more kind of straight up taupe polish. So this is Charli, and Charli is from the 2015 fall collection, which was the Focus and Flare collection. Alright, and then the only spring polish that we're looking at today, this is Ireland. Ireland is lovely, and this one is from the 2016 spring collection, the Whispers collection, so it's just a little bit older than Arbor. And Ireland has potentially the worst description on Zoya's entire website. It is described by Zoya as a uniquely wearable green that is muted enough to make it subtle yet still interesting, which to me tells me absolutely nothing about the colors. Alright, so here are four shades today. When we first look at these, you can really see that Ireland kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. It is so much lighter and whiter than these three for sure. I did bring Ireland into my lighter green comparison, but it really just doesn't fit there. You know, Tiana is so much brighter than Ireland is, and so I really think Ireland fit better in this group because it has a more similar undertone here, and so on your nails it's going to look a lot closer to wearing one of these shades than it would to wearing Neely or Tiana. So that's why Ireland is grouped in here. The one color that I think will be helpful to compare to Ireland is Misty. Misty is definitely a taupe polish, a gray taupey polish with a slight green undertone, but it has a lot more brown in it than Ireland does. Ireland definitely has more green, and Misty has more kind of taupey brown. So I'm actually going to just pull Ireland out and we're going to focus on the other three for now, but Ireland is a lovely one. I really like it, but these three are a little bit closer. Okay, so I do want to look at Dree and Charli up close. I think that you can see here that Charli is a bit darker than Dree, and Dree has, I think in my mind, a little bit more yellow undertone. It's a little bit more of like a yellow olive, and Charli has a bit more of like a brown or almost gray undertone. It's a little bit, you know, kind of deeper and less bright. And so I think these two are definitely different, but they're probably the closest of the four that we're looking at today. And then Dree looked like it had a lot of yellow compared to Charli, and then Arbor has a similar amount of yellow almost, but it also has some more white in it. Maybe it's a little bit lighter. It looks a little bit more true green compared to Dree, and so I do think these are, again, a little bit different, and it probably depends on what you're interested in, which one you want to add to your collection. All right, so let's bring in some comparison polishes here. The first one, again, that I want to bring in is Misty, and specifically I want to compare it to Charli. I think these two make a really good pairing because they have a similar undertone. So I wore these once in kind of like I painted Misty as my whole nail and Charli just as like a little tip here, and it was really, really pretty because they have very similar undertones and so they work together really well. But Charli's described as a taupe with a green undertone, and I would say Misty is a taupe with a green undertone, so these are definitely different. And Misty I left out of this group because I don't see a lot of green in it. All right, and then I just wanted to bring in some other polishes that I talk about a lot on my channel. This is Yaara, which is actually not a cream. It has a gold shimmer in it. Yaara is similar in color to both Charli and Dree, but it's actually different from both of them. Yaara is a bit darker, a bit deeper, and then those kind of flecks of gold match Dree, but the base in Yaara is definitely not the same as either of these, which is kind of nice. If you have Yaara, I don't think that you need to skip out on either Dree or Charli. All right, and then the other kind of shimmer that I talk about a lot that is sort of in this category is Gemma, but Gemma has a much lighter color to it, and that blue shimmer in Gemma makes it not quite match any of these. You can really see how yellow Arbor looks compared to Gemma, so I think that these are all pretty different. I don't think there are any dupes in this color range from Zoya. I do want to bring in some other greens from Zoya just to kind of show you where these guys fit. So here is Evie, which is a really deep kind of grayed out green, and this one has almost more of like a blue undertone than any of these. This is Newt, which is another kind of grayed green, and again, not really similar to any of these. And then this one's also going to be different, but here's Tilda. This is a brighter green, and again, so much brighter. It has much less of that olive-y, yellowy quality to it. This is also a yellow green, but it's a really bright yellow green. It has more white in it. These three have much more kind of brown in them. All right, awesome. So here are the 4 polishes that we looked at today. I would say my favorites are really hard to pick. I do really like Ireland. I think it's really wearable, and I love having a green that is definitely green, but that I feel like I can wear anytime. I really love that. I also really like all 3 of these. Again, like I said, this is a color that's gonna be pretty hard for me to be partial about because I love this shade of green. I do think all 4 of these are different. You may not need both Dree and Arbor because they are pretty close, but if this is a color you reach for a lot, they're different enough that I think you can justify having all 4, which is my favorite kind of comparison video. Awesome. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me and chatting about nail polish. Let me know which of these 4 is your favorite or which of these 4 is on your wish list. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss the next time that we sit down to chat about nail polish. Awesome. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!